Welcome to a new edition of the Neon Jazz interview series with jazz singer and songwriter Olcay Bayir. We talked to her in May 2020 about how life has been going during the COVID-19 lockdown world, and she opened up about her life and music. Her approach is a natural marriage of her time-honored ancestral traditions and a vibrant electric sound that's come from her new home in London. She is classically trained as a soprano and has had collaborations with musicians from all over the world that have made her who she is. Please enjoy the story. Thanks for taking a minute out for Neon Jazz, and I guess as we hop into this, talk to me a little bit about the beginnings of this COVID-19 world that we're in. When did gigs start getting canceled? When did you realize that live music was going away?
It actually all happened very quickly, and I think it was the beginning of. We started, being very cautious about this and making plans, and then we were ready to get things, in a plan change, beginning of end of February actually, because my UK tour was coming in end of March. And towards end of February, we were thinking, this might be happening, because we were watching the news and stuff and what's happening around the world. And just before my UK tour, I think it was like a couple of days ago, we cancelled. The government announced that all the like theatres and the entertainment sectors, all theatres and cinemas should be shut due to coronavirus. And then it was 2 days before my start of my UK tour, and then we had to cancel it. So basically it was pretty quick in that sense, in that week, and then intense. This is how it happened. And I've cancelled my other gigs in May as well, beginning of May, which was going to be in a London Jazz Cafe. And also I had 3 concerts in Germany, which were planned, and everything was planned. But I had to cancel that too. And I think, and it's towards summer, in summer, July and August, and next month, which is June, also have a few other gigs and festivals, which was cancelled too. So quite many gigs actually are cancelled due to coronavirus. Yeah, unfortunately, like everybody else, it's not just happened to be me. Yeah.
So what have you been doing creatively to keep yourself occupied and positive?
I've been writing. I've been listening to music. I've been writing. I'm trying to write. What I've done in this time, I created my home studio, which allowed me to do recording at home, and I've recorded a few songs actually remotely with a friend of mine. And this is what I've done. And I'm also working on a single that I'd like to, I'm planning to release. I think it's going to be in July. Yeah, I've been working on that remotely with a producer who lives in Bernard O'Neill. He lives in France. Yeah, I'm also working on it. And a lot of remote, a lot of work. I'm busy, but everything is happening at home, planning, writing, recording, and I'm planning to release a single next week, actually, with another single, remix for my track title track of my second album, Ria Dream. I'm planning to be done a remix of it version, so I'm planning to release it next week actually. So I'm trying to keep myself busy and thinking ahead, thinking for the future, so at the same time planning wise and rearranging some of the concerts for next year. For my UK tour, which was supposed to be happening in March, now it seems as going to be happening in next year, February, March. So we're planning, looking for dates for that, and also this is what I'm doing actually, and enjoying the weather, enjoying being actually alone, on my own, and doing some self-reflection. Trying to learn things that I have not had chance to do in a busy life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
So this is what I've been doing,
So,
seeing a lot of friends, even though remotely,
yeah. So talk to me a little bit about your beginnings, like where you were born and raised and how music became your life.
I was born in the city called Antep. Don't know if you if the name rings a bell.
Yeah.
It's just the other side of the Syrian border. This is where I was born. But my family is originally from northeast of Turkey, which is a Kurdish area. Originally, I am Kurdish and a bit of Armenian blood as well. But I was born in Antep. I raised there. I grew up there, and I was there until the age of 12. Actually, and then we moved to some other. My family is always like in an immigration, just moved from one place to another. We never lived in one place more than, I don't know. I haven't. London is the place that I have lived the most, the longest in my life, to be honest. And before that, it just moving one place to another. Then after Antep, we moved somewhere else in the north and south, and then another which is north, and then in the end, I found myself in the UK as a daughter of a refugee, because my dad, he seeked for asylum. And then I was small at the time, and then years later, we were granted, to come over to London, to UK, and then this is how I ended up living here. So this is sort of a short version of my story.
Right on. So, What do you miss the most about performing live?
Oh, I missed about feeling the audience energy. It's just that moment. The live performance is something very special for me. I don't like singing in the studio. And this is one thing that I always hear as well from everyone. When it's live, the people say that I do change in the live performance when I sing live. I guess that's the whole feeling and atmosphere and energy that I get from the musician and doing something organic and, sharing it. I miss everything about, live performing. Yeah.
When we do get back to live performance, what do you hope both the audience and the musician realizes about this time away?
I realize audience and this is for all of us. It's just how important actually and what we do is in our lives, because especially what we do, and this is what we miss the most. Being together, sharing the moment together, and then what we do is very organic, and I think, and in a way that we're feeling, we're at the moment of being too close to our nature. See, so I think what I expect audience to appreciate more of what we do, because if you see the social media and online, and everyone, regardless if it's professional, unprofessional, amateur, so people are doing music. People are contacting and then reach each other through music. I think this is the one thing. It's really so people realize that how important in our life is. So this is what I'd like to see: more people coming into performances and appreciate it more, and actually promote the inside. And musicians, yes, again, I realize that. I missed it so much, and I guess all the musicians are the same. So, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. But it's quite an important part of our life. I think we will all feel and show that, and we'll appreciate it when the things gets a little bit easier, easing up, and we'll start to perform again.
Yeah. So everyone has a perception of you, your family, your friends, and your fans, but you're the one. You're the one. You're living your life. Who do you think you are?
I don't know. It's you ask difficult questions. I am. Yes, I am Olcay.
Thanks for listening and tuning in to another Neon Jazz interview, where we give you a bit of insight into the finest singers in London, Kansas City, and spots all over the world, giving fans all that jazz. And thanks to Olcay for time, music, and story. If you want to hear more interviews, go to Famous Interviews with Joe Domino on the iTunes Store. Visit neonjazz at youtube.com, and for everything Neon Jazz all the time, go to the neonjazz.blogspot.com. Until next time, enjoy the jazz, my friends.
Neon Jazz.